NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
More World Trade Centers. It's going to get worse and worse, folks.
Now at 11, Trump's competition reacts to his statements about closing our borders to Muslims.
Plus, more trouble for the Chicago Police Department after a new video surfaces of officers using a stun gun on an inmate in a jail cell.
And Badger tickets are on sale now for the Holiday Bowl in San Diego. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Matthews.
And I'm Christine Belport. It feels more like the beginning of October outside today.
It's nice.
It is awesome. Temperatures well above average.
That's right. Charlie joins us now with how long this trend is expected to last.
Well, the above average trend will continue until further notice, at least for another week. And probably beyond that. The temperature outside right now is 38 degrees. You can still see that there is some fog out there, and visibility actually down a little bit from what it was this morning. 3 miles of visibility, southerly winds blowing at 9 miles per hour. Today's high 45, that is well above average. The average high 32 degrees for this time of year. And we'll take a look at that extended forecast. There's some pretty big numbers on it, and we'll do that in about 10 minutes.
Very good, Charlie. Thank you. And now to our Decision 2016 coverage. Donald Trump is standing his ground after proposing a, quote, total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States, close quote. He said that's because of the wake of recent terror attacks. Now, the idea drew applause at a rally last night, but immediate condemnation from critics, many within his own party. Here's NBC's Peter Alexander.
Donald Trump on a retired aircraft carrier, but his latest aerial assault calling for a ban on all Muslims entering the U.S., not just refugees, may be his most outrageous yet. Met with a standing ovation from his supporters.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on. You have no choice.
The Republican frontrunner repeatedly painting a dark picture of Islam.
You're going to have more World Trade Centers. It's going to get worse and worse, folks. We have to look at mosques, and we have to respect mosques. But yes, we have to look at mosques. We have no choice. We have to see what's happening. Because something is happening in there. Man, there's anger. When we see violations, you have to report those violations, and quickly. You don't worry about profiling. I promise I will defend you from profiling. I promise.
Trump's most provocative comments yet coming less than 24 hours after President Obama appealed to Americans not to single out Muslims.
It's our responsibility to reject proposals that Muslim Americans should somehow be treated differently.
Trump's Republican rivals were quick to blast his comments. Jeb Bush on Twitter calling Trump unhinged. Chris Christie on the air.
This is the kind of thing that people say when they have no experience and don't know what they're talking about.
And Ben Carson insisting everyone visiting our country should register and be monitored during their stay, as is done in many countries, regardless of their religion. Hillary Clinton tweeted, "This is reprehensible, prejudiced, and divisive. Donald Trump, you don't get it. This makes us less safe." Even former Vice President Dick Cheney weighing in.
I think this whole notion that somehow we can just say no more Muslims, just ban a whole religion, goes against everything we stand for and believe in.
Still, Trump's overheated rhetoric has forced his opponents to toughen up their own language. Ted Cruz hinting at nuclear war against ISIS.
We will carpet bomb them into oblivion. I don't know if sand can glow in the dark, but we're going to find out.
And that was NBC's Peter Alexander reporting. Meantime, House Speaker and Wisconsin Congressman Paul Ryan reacted strongly this morning to Trump's proposal, saying that is not what the Republican Party stands for.
Not only are there many Muslims serving in our armed forces, dying for this country, there are Muslims serving right here in the House, working every day to uphold and to defend the Constitution.
Ryan says Trump's proposal also violates the constitutional right to freedom of religion.
In our continuing coverage, the problems continue to mount for Chicago's police department. The city released this video last night showing officers using a stun gun on an inmate in a jail cell. The inmate is then seen being dragged through a hallway. The incident took place in December of 2012, and the inmate later died at a Chicago hospital. Authorities say the man died from an adverse reaction to an antipsychotic drug. But a medical examiner also noted a fractured rib and dozens of bruises and cuts all over him. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel called the treatment of the inmate unacceptable and says the investigation into what happened is not over. Now to the latest on the terror attack in San Bernardino. The FBI says the gunmen had been radicalized for some time, carefully plotting their attack inside their home located an hour outside of Los Angeles. NBC's Miguel Almaguer reports.
2 days before the mass shooting, investigators say Saeed Farook spent hours at this gun range, honing his skills for the massacre that would leave 14 dead and 21 wounded. A terror plot executed by Farook and his wife Tafshin Malik, both seen entering the U.S. here last year. The FBI now says the terrorist had been radicalized for, quote, quite some time.
And the question we're trying to get at is how did that happen? And by whom and where did that happen? And I will tell you right now, we don't know those answers at this point.
With the feds following their trails, Malik's begins in Pakistan, where she was born. Farook was raised in California. Today, investigators are looking into a report of an incident several weeks before the attack. Someone matching his description caused a disturbance trying to enter a 21-story LA high-rise.
Why didn't you tell the authorities?
This morning, neither his father or his mother are talking. She lived inside this modest home with the couple and their baby, where the FBI now says they stockpiled 19 potential pipe bombs. The attack well planned, but was it well known?
We want to find out everyone who participated in the pre-planning, if there was anyone else.
As the FBI pushes forward with its investigation, it is difficult to look past the bloodshed.
The doors flew open and the gunman came in.
Trudy Raymundo and Corwin Porter were in the conference room when their colleague Saeed Farook opened fire on their friends.
It seemed endless. It just never seemed to stop. It was constant gunfire.
Survivors say Farook showed no mercy. Now those inside the room may never have closure.
Meantime, happening today, a drunken driver accused of killing a pedestrian in Madison will be in court. 36-year-old Timothy Dobbs will have his preliminary hearing. He's suspected of passing out behind the wheel in September and killing 51-year-old Anthony Minardi on Nakusa Trail. Court records show Dobbs admitted to huffing or inhaling air duster spray to get high at the time of the crash. A new UW system report says nearly 75% of graduates during the last fiscal year left school in debt. They had an average debt of $30,650. Now, the report also found 71% of all undergraduate students, that's close to 112,000 students, received some form of financial aid. Now, the regents are not expected to take any action on this report.
Well, speaking of the UW, tickets for the Badgers bowl game are now on sale. Tickets for the Holiday Bowl went on sale this morning at the Wisconsin Athletic Ticket Office and online at uwbadgers.com. You can also call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. The Badgers will be in San Diego on December 30th to face the USC Trojans. Kickoff is 9:30 p.m., so a late game for us here.
Not really when I'm taking the day off the
I know.
next day because
you're planning.
Right. I went to USC, so naturally, God, I want to see this game.
Yeah, you're going to want to watch it and stay up and really enjoy it and not be like, I have to work in 2 hours.
But I would love to come in the next day, whether we win or lose. It would just be fun because Charlie is a UW alum.
Yeah.
So that would be fun.
We'll still make fun of you if USC loses and you're not here.
Uh-oh. I'm sensing a car washing bet here coming.
That's you and Charlie.
It.
I'm out of this.
All right. 6-pack of beer?
Maybe. Now you're speaking my language.